What's up guys, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and DJI have just announced their two latest drones. There's the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom, which we have here. One of the first unboxings here on YouTube. Let's go ahead and see what we've got inside. We've also got the Mavic 2 Fly More kit, which we'll be checking out. So as the name suggests, the Mavic 2 Zoom is the first consumer drone that's mounted with an optical zoom camera. We've got 24 to 48 mm, 4K video, 12 megapixel photos, omnidirectional obstacle sensing. This basically means that you've got forwards, backwards, upwards, downwards, left and right. Now that's quite an improvement compared to the original Mavic Pro, which only had forward and downwards. 8 kilometers video transmission at 1080p. Previously we had around 7 kilometers at 720p. And we've got up to 31 minutes of flight time here, as well as a 72 kilometers per hour max speed. Right, let's get this open. From the picture, it looks very similar in terms of the design to the Mavic Pro. I do have the Mavic Pro here as well. We'll do a bit of a comparison in a bit. All right, let's do this. And here it is. Look at that. Right, and that is everything that we get inside the box laid out here. So as well as the Mavic 2 Zoom, we get the power adapter and the power lead. There's of course all of the paperwork. We've got the remote controller, which does have an LCD display. And this also has the joysticks, which kind of tuck away. This is something that we initially saw with the Mavic Air. I absolutely love this because previously, if you had these on and you try to put them in the bag, they'd kind of come in the way. So this is nice that you can tuck these away. And you also get 2 spare joysticks because you might actually lose those, of course. There's all of the different cables that allow you to connect the controller to your smartphone. So there is the Lightning, there's USB Type-C as well as micro USB. There's a USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable. And finally, we've got the propellers. So we've got 4 propellers, which we can put on right away. They kind of curve in slightly. This is something that's quite different to what we had on the Mavic Pro, which just had flat propellers. And then you also get 2 spares in case you damage these here. Right, now let's go ahead and put these propellers on. So this folds out very similarly to what we had on the Mavic Pro. And there we go, those are on pretty easy, and they also fold away, which is something that I love about the Mavic Pro, that it does get so compact. We've got the battery, which is a little bit different from what I can tell to the Mavic Pro, so I don't think you're going to be able to use your previous battery on this. And here is that zoom camera. So you do have this dome here that's going to protect the camera. Look at that. You can see the additional sensors and things that we've got this time around. Now let's bring in the Mavic Pro Original for a comparison. So a very, very similar design overall. However, there's so many more sensors on the Mavic 2 Zoom, and those are for the omnidirectional obstacle sensing. And now if we turn them around and have a look at the cameras here, the camera just looks so much more secure on the 2 Zoom. Just definitely a much better refined design. And if we do fold them up, you can see that they get roughly to the same size. I think the 2 Zoom is maybe just slightly taller, but generally speaking, a very similar footprint. Now let's go ahead and see what we get in the Mavic 2 Fly More kit, and then we'll go ahead and take the Mavic 2 Zoom out for a spin. All right. So everything actually comes inside the case, and we do get some paperwork, and that is everything in the Fly More kit laid out here on the table. Of course, we get this shoulder bag. We get 2 intelligent flight batteries. So considering that each of these has up to 31 minutes of flight time, with 3 of these fully charged, you're going to get up to 1.5 hours, which will be really useful. There's also a battery charging hub, and on this you can connect up multiple batteries to one power source, and it will charge them up one by one. I don't believe it charges them all together from what I've tried previously. There's a shoulder strap. There is a car charger, which is very, very useful if you're going to be out and about, and most likely if you're flying this thing, you're going to probably be in a remote location without any power source. So having this car charger is going to be really useful, and you also get 2 pairs of low noise propellers. And finally, there's a battery to power bank adapter. So I'm assuming if you want to use the USBs on here to maybe charge a power bank or charge the remote control, you can do that here using this adapter. So that's everything that you get inside the boxes. But of course, I know you guys want to see actual footage from the drone, so let's go ahead and test it out.